Hello everyone, my name is Peyton Cromwell. My current major is biology slash biological services, which I will be using to later pursue a career in sports medicine. I'm also interested in double majoring or pursuing a minor in business administration or business communications. Today we'll be discussing the causes of the 2008-2009 global crisis. And although it's over the course of 1 year, the years before also played a major role in the global crisis. And when I say global crisis, it is not limited to just one city or one state or just the United States itself. And some of the many causes included the government policy, how the government governed itself, the financial market, and the development of real estate. And when I say real estate, it's not limited to just homes, but also businesses and bigger corporates and banks as well. The banks crisis, they also was one of the main causes of the global crisis. The increases on the prices of homes. The homes increased, which meant that mortgage increased, interest rates increased. So now that the homes have increased during the year of 2008-2009, this left many families having to foreclose their home, which was another major cause because of the rates of foreclosing went up due to many families having to foreclose their homes because they are no longer able to pay for their homes due to the prices increases, because the prices are no longer the same price that it was when they first got it. And no, the homes are increasing by $1,000 or $500, but by $20,000. Because during the year of 2008, homes were around $170,000 to $175,000 on average. Within the year 2008-2009, the starting prices of homes had increased by $20,000 up to $196,000 for homes. And the increase of homes also meant that the prices, they fluctuated. They rose and they fell. And this played a major cause in the global crisis because of the simple fact that the prices are rising by not just 500s or a couple hundreds, but by thousands, and not just 2,000, 3,000s, but by 10,000 or up, and then it will fall. By then, the damage is already done. Families have already foreclosed their homes, which also led to the bank crisis. And when I say the bank crisis, many stocks, they were giving out loans to people that were unable to pay these loans back, which meant that the banks were now looking for their money and needing that money back, in which the interest rates are higher now that the loans are not being paid back. And this is happening on many occasions. Many investors are losing money by investing their money into business without getting their money back. The regulation and policy errors, as when I say that, I mean how the government budgeted itself, the way that it governed itself, not just in one state or one city, but the government itself, it didn't budget well, which led to the money crisis, bank crisis. The bank isn't having money. Money isn't being produced as much as it should. And yes, although money is printed every day, yes, it was a low scarcity of money due to the increase of homes. The bank crisis, banks giving out loans that were no good. The stresses of the financial system, money. So the main cause of the global crisis between 2008 and 2009, I would say, would be due to money. Money isn't being budgeted. Money isn't being spent where it should be. Money isn't being invested in the right things. Money is just being thrown here and thrown there, and not looking at the downfall, how it will affect the economy, the financial market, real estate. Because when those homes went up, mortgage went up. When the mortgage went up, interest rates went up. When interest rates went up, the foreclosure rate went up, because now there's so many people foreclosing their homes, foreclosing their homes. The prices is having to keep up with so many people foreclosing, trying to make up for their money that is being lost in the real estate. And now that the U.S. homes has rose, they also begin to fall. So they're fluctuating. They're not stable until the year or the end of 2009. And those are not only the causes, but the stock market plummeted, which played another role in the global crisis between 2008 and 2009. When the stock market crashed, just as it did in the years of 1900s, when it crashed for the first time, history is now repeating itself. And one person by the name of John Paul, he became wealthy by betting on the housing market in 2008. He created and got back $4 billion, not million, but $4 billion betting on the housing market. Just as the housing market increased, he was getting money by betting against the U.S. So he became wealthy off the crash of the housing market. And just as they were losing money between the years 2008 and 2009, that history was repeating itself, because this was not the first time that the stock market had crashed due to ill-mannered policies, or not governing, not budgeting the money as they should. The prices of the financial market, homes increasing, banks losing money. Those are not the only things that are being repeated. And as it is true, just like in the stock market crash, many people lost their money to banks and will never to see their money again. And as many of you know, I know many of you may have grandparents that may say, oh, I don't trust banks. They keep their money at home, or they have safes at home. That is true, because just because the stock market crashed, that doesn't just mean that it's just the stock market alone. And when the stock market crashed before that, the cause of the increase of the homes, and yes, I keep saying that because that was one of the many causes. Home prices increased, mortgage increased. Mortgage increased, no money. Going to the banks, can I have a loan? Banks giving out loans to people that can't pay the loans back. Bank crisis, money. The financial market, it crashed because they're not using their money as they should. And that's also another reason the IRS, or when taxes come around, if you don't have money in the bank, it's almost as if you use your money under the table. So when many people say that they don't use the banks, or due to the financial crisis or the global crisis 2008, 2009, with all the monetary problems, they tend to keep their money. But when you use money on the table, and you don't, say if you have a business registered and you're just using that money under the table, yes, they don't know how much money you're having, but that can go into other problems. And things like that also play a major role in the stock market, and can contribute to the crash of the market, global crisis, and the increase of monetary issues. And the increase in the beginning of 2008 also reflected it being stable by the end of 2009. And although the increase of homes played a major role, they also fell. But the prices of the homes decreasing didn't play a role, because the damage had already been done. It had already played a domino effect of the mortgage increasing, people having to leave homes, foreclosure rates going up, interest rate going up. So one of the main overall causes of the global crisis, I would say, in my opinion, would be monetary issues. Government not governing, or the government using policies that are outdated and are no longer valid to govern during the year 2008, 2009. And now in the year 2022, many things have changed. And the prices of homes, the stock market, real estate will continue to fluctuate. But now that we have witnessed the global crisis between 2008 2009 in the 1900s, we can use that to learn and to build better foundation so that we don't repeat history. And even though most people pointed, John was one of those people that became wealthy off of the history repeating itself, and he used it, and he created wealth within himself. And as a government, and creating new government policies to avoid global crises such as the ones in 2008, we would need to keep our policies updated. And now that is why many banks require so much or qualifications in order to get loans to avoid the market crashing. And as it is just true, when the stock market crash, many people lost their money to banks, and they were never to see this money again. They were unable to receive this money back because the bank cannot give back money that they do not have, which created more problems and a domino effect. And between 2000, it took the government at least 4 years to recover from 2008-2009 global crisis, but within that year, after long years of recovering and recession, it was able to recover. And I feel as though as the years went on, many officials and government policies have been updated to fit the new years.